Yo, welcome back to another episode of Hate It or Love It. I am your host, LenDale White, and today I am joined by one of the guys that I grew up with personally since I was, 17 years old. I played in 3 straight national championship games with my brother. We won 2. We have a record for the most, I guess, straight wins. We were wire to wire number one, I guess, for like 33 straight weeks, which is also like another record. My brother won a Super Bowl with the Giants. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show. Terrell Thomas, what's going on, brother?
Shut down. What's good, baby?
I'm just chilling, man. How's everything? I just seen you in Vegas. It was a great feeling, man, for Reggie's Hall of Fame, dog. It was dope to get the band back together, man.
Yes, sir, man. People keep asking me about that, and I was like, man, F Reggie. I ain't going out there for him. I'm going to see my dog. So, like you said, man, it was great seeing everyone. Obviously, we all know the type of player Reggie was, but I think we all played a role in that, and it was good to kind of break bread with our brothers again, man. So it was good to see you, and now we here on the big show.
Yes, sir. What's also dope is that I see your master degree back there. And before I get into it, I had said I needed to get my degree from USC, and he said, "Yeah, you do need to get your bachelor's, but this here is a master's." You dig what I'm trying to tell you?
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
So,
saying?
no, that's huge, man. Congrats to you on that. That's why we went to USC, and to see that up there, man, it gives me chills, dog. That's what it was all about, man. Congrats to you
Yes,
for
sir,
real, too.
man. It's never too late, man. I talked about it for years, bro. Probably like 6 years since retire, and finally, say, you know what, let me get to it. And I got 3 kids, so I wanted to make them proud, and I'm glad to have one.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I salute you for sure. That's what it's all about.
Respect.
We're gonna get straight into it, man. This week we do have some Saturday games involved, and I got to be honest on this show, T Deuce, we're a little bit biased. When the Trojans play, I'm always picking my Trojans. You can call me what you want, I don't care. But I do have a
Respect.
new team, and on this game or on this show today, we got the Broncos heading into my Lions. Yes, that's what I said, my Lions. Dan Campbell's Lions as
Okay.
well. This is a Saturday game. The Broncos have been playing out their mind. Uh, I think they were like 5 or 6-1 or something like that in the last 7 games, which is crazy. I think one of the hottest teams in the NFL at this point. But they do have the Lions right now at -5. Hate it or love it.
That's a tough one, man. Lions is that team that wins the game they're not supposed to and loses the game they should win. And I think this is a game that's going to really define their season. So I'm gonna love it. I think they're going to pull it out.
Hey T Deuce, I told you I'm biased on this show, so I'm gonna have to agree with you. I definitely love this pick as well. I just think that they have to get back on track. They've been, last couple of weeks they haven't looked like the Lion team that we're accustomed to
Right.
seeing. But the Broncos, I wouldn't, and I gotta say this because I am in Bronco country, so I gotta be real. I wouldn't be mad if Broncos win this game. I gotta be honest. But I just feel like the Lions are, a strong team. They got a few playmakers on that team that's gonna ball out. And with that being said, I might as well throw a prop out there. I think Amon St. Brown, which is another Trojan, he goes for at least 4 catches and over 40 yards. I probably do this prop every week, but every week he goes 4 catches and 40 yards, and people should take that to the bank, man. That's an easy parlay plus a dub. You see what I'm saying?
That's an
Um,
easy win right there.
they have the over under for this game at 46.5 points. Hate it or love it.
I think I hate that one, man. I think this is going to be one of those kneecap type of games where you're by kneecaps, like my man Dan Campbell said. So I think it's going to be a low scoring, a little 17-22 game.
See the game. This is a tricky one though because the line they both can score points, but like you said though, they be sometimes we don't get to see the full teams. Like we don't get to see how the greatness of these teams is because either Russell throws a quick pick sometimes, or it's quick 3 and outs, or they're fumbling or something. So
No
23.
doubt.
Let me see. I would have to agree with you on this. I will love the. I mean, I love the under for this one. Or yeah, I love it because I hate it rather because I just don't like. I don't see them going over 47. And watch this be the game where both offenses are clicking out of nowhere. Cortland Sutton's out there catching the ball. St. Brown has probably like 2 touchdowns, and then Reynolds probably has 2 touchdowns. And we be over here mad. But I think the
There
way the
it is.
Lions the way the Lions win is to keep the Broncos off the scoreboard for sure. Next up, we have the Bears. Justin Fields Bears heading into the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns have been playing ball. I'm scared of Flacco right now. I know Flacco just balled out last week, but that's what scares me about him because he's an old guy,
Michael
and we know
Flame.
you know what I'm saying. Sometimes that freshness of that first week rubs off quick. But one thing I do know is that I played with Schwartz, Jim Schwartz out in Tennessee. He's a hell of a defensive coordinator, so I do know that
Mm-hmm.
defense is going to be biting. So they have the Browns at -3. Hate it or love it.
I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Browns pull it out. I think this is another pivotal game for them. A team that's I think they're 9-6 right now. Pretty much on the cusp of taking control of the division and securing a wild card spot. But I do think the Bears are surging. Fields is running all over the place. So I think it's gonna be a close game.
So you don't think the Browns win by 3?
I think it's gonna be a nail biter, man.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, do you have a prop on Justin Fields rushing yards this week?
Easy 50. Easy 50.
Take it to the bank. He said, my man Tito, he's a Super Bowl champ, and he played defense. Has a few picks under his belt. He knows defense really well. He said Justin Fields is going for plus 50 yards, man. You might as well cash that in on your ticket. But not so fast, my friend. I'm going to have to say I absolutely love this. I feel like the Browns are playing some of the best ball. And yes, their quarterback situation is tricky, but when you got guys like Myles Garrett back there, like everything changes like tremendously. Yes, I know Justin Fields is going to be one of those guys that, run the ball. He might even have 50, maybe even 100 yards rushing this game because the pass game will be you can't see it. That's why he's going to be dropping back and running. Yes, and I just love Cleveland to cover. I just think that they have a strong enough
I think
defense.
they cover. Yeah, I think they cover. But like you said, I think Flacco, maybe shows his age in the second game. Sometimes that first game luck, gets out there. Now the media is behind them. But the good thing, he has a strong defense behind them, and they're at home as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that can save a team. That home field advantage. They have the Bears they have the over-under at 38 points. Hate it or love it.
I think I hate that one, Chubb. I think it's going to be one of those old school run the ball, rainy game, low scoring game. I can't see the Bears passing ball, so it's going to be a lot of field goals, and we'll see what Flacco does. So I think this is a easy 30 plus game max.
I'm with you when you're right. I have to agree. I just in Cleveland this time of year, you can get any kind of weather. I know it's going to be cold. And I just don't see the Bears offense surging and throwing the ball all over the place all of a sudden. I can't see that. That's just not. Yeah. I know DJ Moore, he's a beast. He'll probably have at least, he'll have over 40 yards receiving, but it'll probably be off of one big play. It's not very rarely they keep him and get him in a good motion in the game. It's I don't know. Maybe it's the offensive coordinator. I'm not here to, question it, but we do know Justin Fields is legit. It's not him. I'm gonna skip that game. We'll go right back to that one because I have fun with them Cowgirls. So we'll go to that in a second. But right now we have Lamar Eugene Jackson's Ravens heading into the Jaguars, and they have the Ravens right now at -3.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Man, that's a tough one. Where's it at again? Is it in Jacksonville?
No, yes, it's actually in Duval County.
It's in Duval. Oh man, I gotta hate that one, man. I feel like the Ravens are a team that are destined for greatness, but find ways to lose games. And I think Jacksonville will surge at home and maybe even upset them.
I like that. See, we're not afraid to go with the big talk, but see here, we're biased. Lamar Eugene you don't get a nick. You're Terrell Eugene Thomas. Like you don't get a Eugene name unless you balled out. Like you got to be.
He gonna definitely ball, man. He definitely gonna ball. But
you know what scares me?
They find games to lose.
You're right. I mean, you're 100% correct. You be sitting there watching them. They'll be up by 2-3 touchdowns. You look back up and you're like, wait, what? They're going in overtime. So you're correct. The thing that scares me though is T. Law, the quarterback. I don't know who I'm gonna get this week. If I get the T. Law that of the past where he's healthy and can run around and make plays when need to be, I think he could stand with this, but I'm going to have to say that I absolutely love this. I'm going to ride with my guy Lamar Eugene Jackson. I think he gets the job done. I think he understands how pivotal this game is. He needs to stay in front of the race at the AFC. Like he can have that first round bye. That, I mean, we all know the first round. Well, not so much for y'all's teams. Y'all knew how to come through. It didn't matter if y'all was 8-8 or not. Y'all go in there, y'all was gonna ruin the team's day. But I think when you have a first round bye, sometimes it helps you in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they're fighting for. So I gotta see. I think Lamar just finds a way to I think he wins by a touchdown in this game.
Okay, I respect it. I think you can go either way, man. But if I was a betting man, I'm pulling for the upset. Jacksonville always finds a way to win these type of games that they probably have no business being in.
Yes, sir.
But then they'll trick it off versus the Colts next week. So that's
right. See, something exactly. Win the game, and then know you're supposed to win this game for the division, and then throw it away.
Right.
They have the over under for this game at 43.5 points. Hated to love it.
Oh, I love that. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think this is an easy 20+ game. Lamar's going to do his thing. Jacksonville got some key guys out there as well. So I think that's an easy call right there.
I love it with you. I think Doug Peterson calls a hell of a game this round, but for the hard ball to keep on Peterson, they're going to have to score them points. And for Lamar to have to win by a touchdown, like I said, and if the Jaguars are scoring like that, clearly they're going to go over 43 points. That's not really much to some really good offenses, especially when you got, like you said, Calvin Ridley out there, Ingram. I mean, the list goes on. Etienne, like they got some studs out there to make plays out there, for sure.
But like you said, T-Law got to come out there and do his thing, and he's been the Joker all year.
Yeah, that's exactly. We don't know which face we getting. Okay, and this is a Monday Night Football game. It's probably going to be – this is a really interesting game. We got our old coach, but it's the Eagles, Jalen Hurts Eagles heading into Stinky Pete's Seattle Seahawks, a Monday Night Football game. They have the Eagles at -3.5. I'm gonna say I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the Eagles. After what I just seen last week, I'm not buying them. Like, you got to show me something. You let the Cowgirls, I think that's how you say the Cowgirls come in there and walk all over you. There was no fight into it. And it's like you look at that offense and it's like they're so good not to have somebody making a play constantly, right? So I'm not riding with this. I absolutely hate this one. I think Stinky P still has something to play for, and he's going to have those boys fired up, ready to play on Monday night.
No doubt. I actually agree with you. The only thing I look at it, man, is that this NFL is tricky sometimes. I'm looking at these numbers, and I could just see the Eagles finding a way to win, maybe getting back on their winning scale. And I only say that because the Seahawks offense isn't that great, and they're going against a great pass rush. They got some good corners on the outside to match up with DK. And more importantly, the Giants won last night. So they're one game out of being able to get into the playoff race. The NFC East is always a blunder, to say the least. Yes, so I kind of feel that the Eagles will find a way to win this game, especially at 3.5.
I like that. Pete, don't let me down, Stinky P. Do not let me down, man. They have the over-under for this game at 47.5 points. Hate it or love it.
That's a tough one, Chubb.
Because Gino, man, it depends on what Gino we get too.
Yeah, well, Gino's better at home. I remember I did a podcast with Lofa. Shout out to our dog, and they were playing the Giants, and I was like, man, Gino's gonna stink it up. He sucks in New York, but Gino, he's solid at home. I think I gotta love this one.
I think that they put some points up on the board. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them games up there in the Northwest, man, where ain't no telling what kind of weather we get. It's a late Monday night game. It's gonna be fun though. But I feel like they're gonna be able to put some points up. I would like to know if my dog Kenneth Walker will be playing, because if he playing in that game, he completely changes the game, man. I don't care what nobody say. He's a goon. He reminds me of myself, Marshawn Lynch, one of them dudes that, no matter what's going to happen, he's going to stick it in between them gaps and try to get the most yards he can with his head down. It's not trying to dance, not looking pretty at all. We're trying to get the yards. So, I think that they go over this one as well, man. And now to my game of the week. Yes, sir. They have the Cowgirls heading into my Buffalo Bills. And the Cowgirl fans out there know why I say my Buffalo Bills, because they have my Buffalo Bills at -2.5. I don't come up with these spreads. I just talk to you guys. Before you do anything, T Deuce, I'm taking the Bills, man. I don't care what the Cowboys or
I'm with
Cowgirls,
you
whatever
on that
you
one, man.
see. Enough said.
It's hard
See,
for me to
that's
pick the Cowgirls, man. And it's December too. You know what I mean?
right.
They gonna break your
Eventually,
heart. Might as well get ready for it. And honestly, the Bills been playing some good ball lately. They've started stop turning the ball over. They're finding ways to win and this guts of the NFL. They found a good win last week. Whether the ref played a part in it or not. And
right.
I like the Bills' chance. They got a lot to prove in the AFC, and the Cowboys are riding high.
I'm with you. See that you said it best. They're riding high.
Wait,
They're
wait, no, wait,
riding
wait.
this.
I retract that statement. Cowgirls are riding high.
Yeah, the Cowgirl. See, I like this. Watch how much. Hey, the fans from they don't play that. So we're gonna be in our
That's
comments
okay.
all week. I love it though.
Yes,
But
sir.
with that being said though, I'm with you, because when you look at it, they're traveling up to Buffalo. This isn't the nice indoor stadium that we know that they're accustomed to playing on. And yes, they're undefeated, I think, on and CD Lamb, and the point difference is crazy. But now you got to go up here into this. We went from Northwest last night. Now we're going up to the East, all the
Mm-hmm.
way northeast, where at any moment that weather can do anything it wants. So I just don't know how good Dak is outdoors right now. I don't know. I'm gonna anxiously see, but I'm taking the Bills all the way with this one. Cash that ticket, yeah.
No doubt. I would say I read an article about Cam Newton mentioning that Dak and some other quarterbacks are more game managers, and from a former MVP and just kind of looking at his body of work, you know, you're a remarkable quarterback if you're a good game manager. There's nothing wrong with that. But like you said, in these elements, he's gonna have to be special. So we're gonna see what Dak can do, and I just feel that that big the new version of Philip Rivers out there in the Northeast is just going to find a way to sling that ball around. Diggs going to go crazy, and I feel like they're going to get a nice win.
Yeah, he comes from Wyoming. This is nothing new to him. He's used to playing in cold weather games. That's why they have him. Big barely dude, can't wait to run through somebody, man. I'm taking them. They have the over under at this game at 49 points, just under 50. Hated to love it.
I hate that. I think this is going to be a nice 17, 21, 24 game. I think the weather, like you said, is going to play a big part into it. Some turnovers. These are two good football teams going at it, and I think these games will be a lot closer. So, but it could be the opposite, man. I wouldn't trust your boy T2 on this line, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, with this one, I just think that I can't always agree with you, so I'm gonna take the over anyway. I'm gonna take over 50, and the reason why I do that is because somehow, some way, somebody is gonna get messy, and that's where we get the points. The balls might start coming out, fumbling, and you know how this game goes, and all of a sudden they
Right.
looking up, and you got to be fighting from behind, and that's how they get the point, and that spread up towards 49. But I'm taking it. I'm definitely taking it over 49. I just think that the Cowboys' offense is definitely decent enough. We know that based on what they do, but I got to see them in this. I can't wait to see them in cold weather or outside that dome, because we know that it's going to be a big difference.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I also have to say this, because the Bills are still win, but I have to say Michael Parsons, he probably does get a sack this weekend, so you can probably take that in. He's an unbelievable baller. He finds his way. He's always around that quarterback, so I would say he gets at least a sack this weekend for sure.
Good prop bet.
Yes, sir, man. Well, that is a conclusion of another episode of Hated to Love It, sponsored by our guys over at SteadyPicks. AT Deuce, man, I truly appreciate you stopping by, man.
No doubt.
We've been locked in for the last 20 plus years, dog.
Yeah,
You
man.
are,
Hey, can I tell a quick story to
do your
interrupt
thing.
you? I
Yes,
apologize,
sir.
man. A little
No,
hated
go
or love
ahead.
it story. So it's funny. I was just telling one of my boys our conversation at Cardinal Gardens. My dog LenDale was frustrated our freshman year, wasn't getting the rock that much, and he was saying how nice he was and this and that, and Reggie was doing his thing, and I remember we going back and forth. Man. You hated me in that moment, and then that next week was A-State. My dog went for like 152 tubs, and Showcase was born, and I loved him ever since. So respect to you, man. I've always cherished our relationship, always loved playing with you. There's no one that get in front of that mirror and say, showcase. You the
know what I'm
best. You know what I mean? So,
saying?
hey, man, it's been a fun ride, man. So I appreciate you having me.
Man, no, I truly appreciate you, T Deuce. Like, man, it's crazy. You don't know how much, how much you care or you need somebody's support until you see somebody 20 years later or,
Yeah,
be
no
around those
doubt.
guys. So I truly appreciate our brotherhood and this will never change, bro. This fight on for life, man. I love you, man.
Yes, sir. Love you too, big dog.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.